Was he already drunk before he boarded the plane? I mean, those are things that you got to throw into the mix here. How drunk was this mother lover? Pascal. This particular dude, I'm just going to say that, a dude, was duct taped to a airplane seat because he was starting to grope, and he was groping some of the flight attendants, and he punched a male flight attendant in the face. Yes. So he was taped. We got to show you guys this story. This is pretty insane. This is why. Oh, and this is Frontier. Did I say that yet? It's Frontier. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Frontier makes me laugh. Okay, so we got to do this story. We got a little bit of a video clip as well, which we will look at here in a second. But here is the story. And quote unquote aggressive passenger on a Frontier Airlines flight was duct taped to his seat after allegedly groping two flight attendants and assaulting another, video shows. Cell phone footage obtained by the WPLG shows the flyer, Maxwell. His name is Maxwell too? Damn. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, not a woman's work this time. Maxwell Berry, 22, being duct taped to the back of a seat, all right, on a Saturday's Frontier's flight from Philadelphia, from Philadelphia to Miami. Miami getting all kinds of stuff right now, baby. Damn. Anyway, where he was arrested by waiting cops on 3 counts of battery. The video shows Barry scuffling with a male flight attendant and yelling profanities while sitting in a window seat. Arrest report alleges Barry ordered 2 drinks and then asked for another before brushing his empty cup against the backside of a female flight attendant.
What?
Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so the flight attendant told Barry, "Don't touch me," as obviously that would be the right response, before he started to complain about his gum and wrapped it in a napkin, the arrest report shows. Here is Maxwell, by the way. Maxwell Berry. Yeah, probably not the race you expected. Okay. Yeah, his name is Maxwell. All right. I mean, you know, he's never mind. It's corny jokes. I'm moving on. Barry proceeded to spill his new drink on his shirt, prompting him to go to the bathroom and come out shirtless. Okay, according to the report, he then walked around the plane for roughly 15 minutes before groping the chest of 2 flight attendants. So one, he tried to do a scene from Tip Drill, okay, with his cup on one of the flight attendants, but then after that, he still went over and tried and groped the women's breasts, the female flight attendants' breasts. Okay. He came from behind and put his arm around both of them and groping their breasts again. The arrest report reads, Barry later punched a male flight attendant who was asked. Let me say that again. Barry later punched a male flight attendant who was asked to watch him following the in-flight chaos. Of course, according to the reports. Now, this is him and all, like, this is him before everything. This is him being detained. And this is him actually throwing a punch at one of the guys. Another passenger who recorded Barry's being duct taped to his seat said he was a quote-unquote aggressive and attacked the male flight attendant without warning. "Help," Barry screamed as the tape was being applied to his face, eliciting some jeers from others on the plane, the footage shows. So Barry from Norwalk, something like that, Norwalk, Ohio, later calmed down as the flight prepared to land. A passenger said. Frontier Airlines said a passenger made inappropriate physical contact with a flight attendant and assaulted another during the on-camera incident. As a result, the passenger needed to be restrained until the flight landed in Miami and law enforcement arrived, Frontier Airlines told the WPLG in a statement. The flight attendants will be, as required in such circumstances, relieved of flying pending completion of investigation of the events. So we got a little bit of a video so that you guys can see how crazy this man was coming off, because this man was acting crazy. Let's take a look. If it'll play. It's not letting me do a full video. So we're just going to see it in the small, shall we? Let's go.
Flight attendants. A passenger's cell phone captured that outburst, which turned physical.
He started to get aggressive and then basically attack the male flight attendants.
22-year-old Maxwell Berry was arrested on 3 counts of battery. The police report said Berry groped the chests of female flight attendants and had several drinks while on the flight. He was duct taped to his seat until the flight landed and police handcuffed him.
So here's the thing, okay? Now that you see everything, the whole excursion, the whole incident, etc. I mean, like, for me, it's like, you know, let me just say this. A part of me wonders if he was dealing with mental health to begin with, before all this, if he already had a history of mental issues, or if the liquor was playing a toll with the altitude and it got to him too quick, and then he started losing his damn mind. You also got to remember this too. How many drinks was he drinking? How many drinks did he drink before he got on the plane too? Was he already drunk before he boarded the plane? I mean, those are things that you got to throw into the mix here. How drunk was this mother lover before he got on the plane? And how drunk did he get while he was on the plane? Because let's be real. He goes into the bathroom, comes out shirtless. He, like I said, tried to do tip drill on one of the flight attendants with his cup. That was before he took off his shirt. Went into the bathroom, took off his shirt, came back out, did whatever he needed to do, tried to grope 2 female flight attendants, actually successfully groped 2 flight attendants, and started a fight. He punched one of the male flight attendants in the face. By the way, why does this sound like a really bad night out? Like when you're on a drinking binge, you know what I'm saying? You're like, man, you know, I hit on some girls and then I got to a bar fight. This ain't a bar. This ain't like your local dive. This is a plane, baby. This be a plane. So there it is. Dude got duct taped to a plane seat because he drank too much on Frontier. I'm just saying. Yeah, you guys have anything? David, you have anything to say about this? I mean, Maxwell, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Trying to do a little something. That's the joke I was going to try to do. But then, you know, I decided not to because it was corny. But I threw it back in anyway. David, please go on with it, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I just pretty much agree with you here. This guy, he's probably drunk already, but drinking on the plane. Either way, he's obviously an idiot and shouldn't be on there anyway. I'm kind of surprised no one broke his jaw for like groping all the women there. I would not have been surprised if that happened whatsoever. That would have been a terrible landing for him. It's kind of unfortunate it didn't happen, in my opinion. But either way, taping him down was the right call. He should probably not fly anymore. He should probably be banned from flying.
I agree. I agree. I mean, he most definitely should be banned. Real talk. I mean, he should be on the no-fly list on every single airline. But like I said, we don't know if he had a history of, you know, mental health. I'm not trying to sit there and say that should justify anything. But at the same time, we just don't know, like, what his story is, you know? It's still ridiculous.
I was going to say, hopefully, because this has happened before with United Airlines, I think. So hopefully the airline sues on behalf of the stewardess, and if she doesn't do it herself, because That's really the only way it's going to stop is if people get punished for it. I mean, that's why we see so many of these things keep happening because nothing happens about it. And this won't be any different if they don't punish him in some way either, because he became popular and he groped some women and nothing really happened about it yet. So there does need to be some sort of punishment to try and keep people from doing this in the future. And taping people down isn't really a punishment. It's just necessary at the time. But something more needs to happen to discourage people from acting like idiots and fools on the airplane in the future.
That is a very good question. That is the question that needs to be thrown out. It is the what is the proper way of like weeding out the people that don't know how to behave themselves on a plane? Because if you really think about it, like how often do we see? We've only been seeing this over the past year and a half now. Since, we've been locked up. That's the only time that we've been seeing this craziness. Let's keep it straight funky, y'all. But for some weird reason, it's getting worse. Oh, I got stories. I mean, I got other pop-ups that are coming here, and a lot of them have to do with planes. And I'm going, why is there suddenly a rush of these types of incidents happening on planes right now? Because Maxwell Berry, not Maxwell, something. Maxwell Berry seemed to be doing just fine flying before, at least as we know of, and now he's losing his damn mind, right? Groping and doing what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? Doing all that craziness, right? Why suddenly he's doing this now? And that says that a lot for a lot of other people. I'm not talking about the ones that say like, I'm not talking about the anti-maskers. I'm not talking about any of those. Those are just overly entitled people that are just losing their damn minds. I'm just talking about like guys like this. There's other videos where guys are literally fighting each other. There's a full-on brawl in a plane in flight where they're just beating the crap out. A bunch of dudes are just fighting each other in an airplane. No lie. I'm going to be doing that as a pop-up here in a little bit. How does that work? How is this all of a sudden coming out like this? I just don't know why. I don't know why this is all coming out now. You see what I'm saying? It's just so weird to me. The Pioneer said something. I'm going to throw it over to you, T, in a second here. Pascal, a large percentage of people are crazy as hell. They don't care. They literally are crazy. I agree, but I just don't know how all of a sudden now is the time. You know what I mean? Why are they doing it now? Strike while the iron's hot? Like, this is the time to be crazy? This is the time to get ish-faced on a plane and then try to sexually assault women and then, of course, try to assault the male flight attendant? That just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So weird. T, thoughts?
Yeah, so I have some information on this guy.
On Maxwell Berry?
Yeah. So
Okay.
supposedly he's a recent graduate. Well, when he went to Ohio Wesleyan University, and he was working at a golf, like a country club golf course, and then later on at Famous Dave's restaurant, he supposedly screamed to the passengers that my parents are worth $2 million for his hotel raid. And he decided to have some more of the drink. He spilled his drink on himself.
Yeah.
Went to the bathroom, and he had one of the female flight attendants help him change his clothes. Guess he was that drunk. And then afterwards, he started assaulting the women, groping them, and he had to be restrained. He was charged with 3 counts of battery and taken to Miami-Dade County Jail afterwards.
Hell yeah, he should have been.
But he's just like a drunk douchebag, seems like. He just doesn't have much of any social skills at all.
Oh, no
Glad
doubt.
he's getting charged at least.
What did you say, David?
I'm glad he's getting charged at least.
Oh, I mean, if he wasn't, I'd be like, what's going on? Why haven't the women who were at least groped, right? Why didn't they press charges? That would be ridiculous in my personal opinion. Absolutely ridiculous if that was to happen. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, hell yeah, I'm happy that they pressed charges. They most definitely should. I don't care if his family, if that's true, if his family has millions of dollars, if they're worth millions of dollars, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If he's trying to flex his privilege on that plane, then why you on Frontier though? Like, wait a second.
Exactly.
Time out. Why you on Frontier though?
And coach, it looked like.
And whoa, hold up. Let me educate something to you, David. Okay, if you ain't never flown Frontier, which I hope you never do, brought to you by this show's brought to you by. I'm totally kidding. But it's okay if you haven't. It's okay, and I don't recommend it. It's a very uncomfortable ride. You are literally flying. I'm no lie. You're literally flying in bucket seats. That's pretty much what it is. The seats don't recline, not at all. It's very uncomfortable. The seats are made of plastic. Like think of like you go to a baseball game and the seats that you sit in, they're kind of like that. They feel like that, but they're not foldable. You see what I'm saying?
Sounds terrible.
It's terrible. So imagine doing like, okay, you got a short flight, say like an hour, maybe a little bit tiny over an hour. Frontier, cheap flights, but they still charge you for breathing in air. They charge you for the air on the plane. Come on now. I mean, it's an exaggeration, but they do. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, do you want some water? $7. You're like, oh my God, I thought this was, I don't even get complimentary water. This flight 3 hours. Come on,
I've
man.
never seen that now.
It's bad. So when you think about it, there is no first class. There is no first class. Last I checked, I don't think there's first. And if there's first class, it'd be called coach. You see what I'm saying? Like first class would be coach, and then coach would be like the luggage carrier. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how it feels. The seats aren't comfortable. They ain't leather. They're like rubber. Just in case you spill some water or something like that. You know what I mean? Those things will last. They will withstand fire. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, I know. Here it is, T. Here it is. We a classy show. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Here it is. All the love towards Frontier, but at the same time, Pascal, you're killing our chances of getting Frontier sponsor 3 show.
It was the typo in my app.
No, and that's fine. And that's fine. I'm just saying, we got to keep it real, though. It be cheap. Okay? Nothing wrong with it. I've flown Frontier many a time.
It gets you from A to Z. That's like, as long as you don't crash, I'm all good.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I said, you are rolling the dice. You're going to blowing the dice, baby. I made it today. Woo! God is good. Like I said, Frontier, Spirit, Allegiant. I said it. I don't give a damn. Okay? They are very uncomfortable flights.
Yeah,
very uncomfortable flights. Okay? They cheap. They cheap, but they uncomfortable, bruh. They uncomfortable. That's why when you do something like Frontier, you're doing a short trip. You see what I'm saying? Hour tops, maybe a tiny bit over hour. You know what I mean? You can deal with sitting in a, if you can sit through a baseball game, you can sit through a flight like that. But I would say, hey, if it's a little bit more than an hour, if you're flying like Chicago to LA, don't do Frontier. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Just don't do it. It's going to be uncomfortable. You can't recline. You can't do nothing. Like there was one time, like it was when I was like super, super broke. Random left turn story, but I'm going to say it anyway. Super broke, but I still needed to travel, right? Had to travel, did my thing. But then next thing you know, I took somebody, I was flown in to help write a script. So I went out to fly. I flew out and I was flying. I was so used to flying like Frontier and Allegiant and all that I totally forgot about like American Airlines, United, Delta, all these other ones. I was flipping out at the fact that there were plugs on the seats so you can plug in your phone or your computer. And I was sitting there going, oh, and I'm looking around at people going, oh my God, You could plug your computer in and they're all looking at me like, duh, this is on all planes. I'm like, man, have you flown Frontier? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's you have to fend for yourself on that plane, but that was some crazy stuff. I was like, damn, I forgot how the other half live. This is amazing.
Guess they don't have air marshals on there either.
This is this be leather? Oh my God, it reclines. Like I was losing my mind. That's how long it had been that I've been on like a United Airlines or even Southwest. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. You're like, oh, I get these nuts for free? Yeah, I don't have to pay for the nuts. So there you go. Okay. I feel bad for the dude. Not really. The dude's an idiot. He shouldn't have drank as much as he did. The altitude, I'm sure, played a little bit of a toll on his ass. Let's keep it real. He should have known better than to get too wasted on the plane. But this is the other thing, though, too. This is why I feel like there shouldn't be alcohol served on planes unless you are, like, say, first class. Let's just say. I get it that the airline needs to make their money in some sort of way. But when you start turning it into a full-on, hey, here's this is a full-on bar. Get wasted on the plane while you fly over to Cancun or wherever you're going to go. That's why things like this do happen, or people get airsick. And then next thing you know, they're barfing all over the place. There's just too many opportunities for disaster. Right. So I just say, dude was an idiot. Thank God he got he's getting what he deserves. And I hope those ladies and that male flight attendant sue his ass because apparently his family's worth millions. Apparently. So sue that ass.
2 million pesos.
2 million. Yeah, 2 million pesos. You know what I mean? El guapo.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.